everyone, my name is Amity and this is Read by Amity, and this is the first time that I have made video in over 7 months. So I have definitely tried and failed and tried and decided that I didn't want to post anything. Last year there was too much going on, and also at the same time not enough going on to make any videos. So I'm back at it again. It's January, we're mid-January already. I have been doing quite a bit of reading and I thought, why not jump back in with something nice and easy, and hopefully easy anyway. And so I'm going to show you guys all of the books that I have hauled in the new year so far. I am also including a couple of books that I got at Christmas just because I thought, why not? Anyway, plus I wanted to show them off. So I guess we'll start. I have 11 books to show you today, and yeah, let's get to it. The first book that I'm showing you today is Yolk by Mary H.K. Choi, and I always thought that I hated yellow book covers. Yellow is one of my least favorite colors, but something about them in the last 3 or 4 months has been really doing it for me. So I definitely knew I wanted to pick this one up. I'd heard heaps of great things about it, and this year I have specifically decided not to read too much into the synopsis of the books that I'm picking up. I like to get a few key terms and just run with that. So I have heard a fair bit about Yolk, but I am kind of leaving it in the back of my mind, and I'm just going to go into this with an open mind, open heart, you know, see what comes from the reading experience. But yeah, so I do really like this cover. It is stunning, and then on the back we have the sister. Yeah, so that one's that. The second book I have to show you is also another Mary H.K. Choi book, and that is Emergency Contact, which also has a really beautiful cover. Once again, I don't know really anything about this. I wanted to buy Yolk and I got it secondhand off a Facebook group, and I saw this one as well, and I thought that I would pick it up as well, because if I do end up enjoying Yolk, then there's a good chance that I'll enjoy this one as well. So yeah, that one is Emergency Contact. The next book I have to show you is one that I have really been wanting to pick up for quite some time now, and unfortunately the author of this book has passed away recently, so I thought that it would be no better time to read it than now. And that one is The Year of Magical Thinking by Joan Didion. I really hope the lighting in here is not bad. I only have my ceiling lights on at the moment. But yeah, this one is a nice short book. It is supposedly very introspective and some of her most beautiful work, so I am really looking forward to getting to that one as well. The next book that I'm showing you is one that I don't plan to unwrap. I have read parts of this book before, but I really just wanted this edition as a collector's edition, and if I do decide to read this book and fully read it in the future, I'll probably pick it up on a Kindle or in a different edition. But that is American Psycho by Bret Easton Ellis, and this one is a classic, but this edition is wrapped up in plastic, and it has the R18 sticker on it. So I thought that was a really, obviously it's for safety reasons. They don't want like younger readers to pick this one up because it is quite graphic, but I thought it was a really cool way to keep the contents of a book sealed from an audience, and so I'm going to keep this one in the plastic wrapping, and hopefully it survives being on my bookshelf. And yeah, if I do decide that I want to continue with this book, I will pick up a different copy of it just so that I can keep this one sealed, because it's not often that you find a book that is so controversial and so that people are so concerned about others reading that they will seal it like that. So definitely wanted to keep this one like that. The next book that I picked up was something that I picked up on a whim. I have been consuming quite a lot of Japanese content lately with animes and some other mangas and novels. So when I read the synopsis of this one, I thought, yep, that one is coming home with me. And that one is Battle Royale Remastered, and that is by Koshan Tamaki. I really hope that I said that one right. And this one is supposedly a 21st century retelling of Lord of the Flies, and it takes place in a Japanese high school. This one was highly criticized in Japan when it was first released, so I'm actually really excited to jump into this one and see what it's all about. I'm really hoping to get quite a bit of action-packed fun out of, well, fun, but I'm hoping to get quite a bit of action-packed content out of this one, and it is quite a big one, but the chapters seem short, so that is one that I'm hoping to get to this month as well. The next book I'm showing you is one that was read by one of my favorite booktubers, and I'm pretty sure she actually rated it a 1 star. I know that she definitely didn't enjoy it. I'm pretty sure it was her least favorite book of the year, and that booktuber is Kayla from Books and Lala, and the book is Only Revolutions by Mark Z. Danielewski. And look, I bought this, yes, at full price. It cost $50, I think, $45, and I know that it has some pretty mediocre reviews. A lot of people don't understand it, a lot of people don't like it, but like Kayla, I also really enjoyed House of Leaves, and even though I was watching her videos and watching Erin's videos from Booked and Busy about how much they hated this book, I was intrigued, to say the least. So I definitely caught a train into Sydney because we don't sell it here in any of our bookshops, and I knew that I had seen it in Kinea in Sydney, and so I caught a train up there specifically to pick this one up, and I started reading it on the train home, and I'm not finished, and it is very confusing and not really sure what the hell is going on in it, but I'm gonna give it a chance and I'm gonna read it through and we'll see what happens. The next book that I got was one that I actually featured in one of the only 2 videos I posted last year, and that was in my ranking book covers, 2021 release book covers, and I'm slowly making my way through it. I wanted to finish all of them by the end of 2021 so that I could put up a video ranking the actual books. However, I didn't get around to reading all of them, and I figured I may as well just keep going with that, and then when I do finally finish them all, I will put out that video then. But anyway, one of the books that I mentioned in that video I did receive as a Christmas present off my best friend last year, and that one is The Last Apothecary by Sarah Penner, and I've heard mixed reviews about this, but it does have an absolutely stunning cover. I was so happy to pick this one up. I thought originally that it was a fantasy book. It kind of looks and sounds like a fantasy book, but I've heard since then that it might be historical. Yep, 18th century London. See, if I had read the synopsis I would have known that. But yeah, I've heard that it is an interesting and polarizing read, so this one is going to be in my February or March TBR. But yeah, I am really looking forward to getting this one, and I'm so glad that I have it in my hands now because this cover is stunning, and also in hardback, which is something that we don't get a lot of in Australia, so very grateful for that one. Can't wait to read that. Okay, so we're 3 from the end, and this one is probably the one I am most excited about, and that's because it is my most anticipated book for 2022, and that is To Paradise by Hanya Yanagihara. A Little Life destroyed me. A Little Life destroyed everyone that read it, and I really resonated with the characters in that story, and I thought that it was everything that I wanted in a book, and every time I reread it, which I have done every year since I first read it, I fall more and more in love with it. And so when I heard that Hanya Yanagihara was coming out with another book this year, you bet that I was going to pick that one up. So I got a gift card for Christmas off my mum, and I went straight to Dimmicks and pre-ordered this one so that I could have it on the day that it released, and I was very excited to receive it. I am only about 30 pages into it and I am loving it so far, but I'm taking my time with it. I don't want to devour it too quickly because I really want to sit with the characters, sit with the story, and see how it makes me feel. This one takes place in 3 different time periods. 2 time periods in the past, one in 1893, one in 1993, and then one in the future in 2093. So yeah, I can't recommend it yet, but I have a feeling that I'm going to be recommending this to everyone. So that one is To Paradise by Hanya Yanagihara. My bad, now I have 3 books left. The third last book in the pile is one that I also mentioned in that video at the start of the year when I was ranking covers, and it also has been one that I don't hear a lot about, but when I do hear stuff about it, it is all good. And so of course when I had the opportunity to pick it up, I latched onto that and grabbed it, and that one is The Counselor by E.J. Beaton. And look, when I rated the covers, this one was at the very bottom. I'm pretty sure it was my least favorite cover, but having it in person, and I think this might also be something to do with the fact that I'm really vibing with yellow right now, I love it. I love it. I don't know what I was thinking rating this my lowest cover in the group, but yeah, I am a big fan of that. Again, I don't know much about this one. I think it might have something to do with magic, maybe like scholarly fantasy. Is that really a scholarly fantasy? Is that even a genre? It is now. So yep, that one is The Counselor by E.J. Beaton. The last 2 in my haul are kind of paired together. They are just collector's books. I obviously have flicked through them and probably will flick through them over time again and again, but they were Christmas gifts, and I asked for them because I adored them and wanted them in my collection, but I couldn't warrant spending the money on them. But they are beautiful, and that is, look at them, these 2 Greek mythology books. This one is Classic Mythology, the A to Z, an encyclopedia of gods, goddesses, heroes, heroines, nymphs, spirits, monsters, and places by Annette Gisecki. I'm so sorry if I said that wrong. Illustrations by Jim Tierney. And then this one is Mythology, Timeless Tales of Gods and Heroes by Edith Hamilton, and again illustrations by Jim Tierney. This one is the 75th anniversary edition as well, but like, how beautiful are they? They are stunning, and they will just sit so beautifully on the shelves. So I'm so happy to have these as well. They're really heavy. They weigh a ton, so that's them. So that's all of the books that I've received so far this year, or that I have bought so far this year, and I'm trying to calm down in my book buying. I'm not going to stop myself if there's a book that I see that I really like, or a book that I've heard of that I really like that I want to get. I'm not going to stop myself from getting it, but I also have a really big physical TBR that I'm trying to get through. Not everything that you see here, but I don't separate my read books from my unread books, so there are a fair few unread books in these shelves behind me. So that's what I'm going to be focusing on for the most of this year. There are some book club books that I have ordered that I will definitely show you guys when they come through, and yeah, I really hope that this is the year that I can stick to this and be more active in the community. Anyway, that's it for me today. I am about to go edit this and see if I can get it up straight away. Other than that, have a great morning or night wherever you are, and I'll see you next time. Bye.